Good day, beautiful people. This is how to grow your natural hair and different tips to grow your natural hair. I went back natural back in 2009. I like to say go back natural because we were born natural, so you can't go natural. We go back to natural. In 2009, I did not do the big chop. I just stopped doing relaxers. And every month or two, I would just do a trim. And I did protective styles. And from that, I went natural. I've been natural ever since. So fast forward, within the past 2.5 years, I've had 2 children. So with that being said, I have been taking my prenatal vitamins. So prenatal vitamins definitely help in the hair growth. This is the brand that I take, Mama Bird. I take this, the DHA, and I also take the daily or the multivitamins because that has all of the minerals and everything that you need, and this has the DHA and the omega fats. Okay, this is pretty expensive, so if you want to find something a little different or whatever works for you, you go ahead and you stick with that. I like this because it's GMO free. It doesn't have any gelatin. All right, because I don't eat pork or consume pork, so if it had gelatin in it, I'm probably not going to be taking it. So even after the babies have come, I still continue to take my prenatals because as you get older, you know, some of your minerals and vitamins start to deplete from your body and having a baby. So I'm still breastfeeding a little, so I still continue to take the prenatal vitamins, and that has helped my hair growth tremendously. I used to be ashamed of wearing my hair big like this because it causes and brings so much attention, but people pay for this, you know, just like I used to be a little ashamed of my big breastedness, but people pay for this. So I started to embrace my natural body, my natural beauty, whatever the Most High gave me. I love it. I'm embracing it. It's what I have until I leave this earth, so I don't have a choice but to love it, and you should love what you've been given as well. Over the years, I have worn tons and tons of wigs and protective styles and braids and things like that for not only protection, but convenience as well. And that helps to retain your length as well. But you have to be careful with that because you don't want to go long periods of time without shampooing your hair and cleaning your hair. You want to make sure that your scalp is always clean and moisturized and free so that the hair follicles can actually exit your scalp and that your hair can grow. Because sometimes we just have our scalp all clogged with things and we don't realize that this is a living organ. Your skin is a living organ, so you want to keep it clean so that it can flourish and it can thrive. Again, don't go long periods of time with the weave in, okay? Make sure you keep your hair clean. That's very important. Sometimes we think that just because it's a protective style, we can leave it in for 3 or 4 months and everything be okay. You're doing more damage than good. It's not healthy and it's not hygienic. Again, pay attention to what is pulling your hair out. If your hair is not agreeing with certain products, certain hairstyles, certain weaves, certain wigs, then that's something you definitely want to listen to your body about and stop using it because it's not worth it. The protective style is not worth you losing your edges or your natural beauty over. These are the things, again, that are in my regimen. Definitely prenatal vitamins. These are the oils that I use. Coconut oil is my usual go-to because it's lightweight. It smells great. It has a lot of beneficial properties. It also fights against antibacterials and microbes as well, so that's good, especially when you're dealing with your scalp and you're wearing wigs or weaves for long periods of time. They're going to get some microbes and microorganisms in there, all right? Black seed oil has been extremely beneficial to me. After having my child, I did have some postpartum shedding in my edges, but as you can see, they're nice and full and they're coming back to themselves. Another tip is, ladies, a black seed oil fights gray hair. Yes, it counteracts gray hair. So black seed oil, your friend. Now be careful with this. I do use it on my face and the rest of my body, but you want to be careful with it with your mucus orifices, like your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your private area, because it can have some irritating properties to it. But as far as the hair growth is concerned and all of the other benefits, top notch, top notch. Now, when you are flat ironing your hair and you want something for higher heat, you want to see what oil works best for you. But things like avocado oil or grapeseed oil, I believe those things have higher heat indexes. So if you're flat ironing your hair, you want to make sure you're using an oil that can tolerate the high heat. Aside from those products, I have been using Carol's Daughter lately. I try to use things that are free of as many chemicals and harsh things as possible, and has tons and tons of moisture in it because our hair craves moisture. You don't want to use products and when you're done with it, your hair just feels like a piece of paper or a Brillo soap pad. You don't want that. You want it to get clean as well as moisturized right after you cleanse it as well. But most of the time, Shea Moisture products are my go-to. Just this time I have been trying this Carol's Daughter and it's been working really well. Some different points again, things that you want to absolutely do for natural hair growth is water, water, water. If you're not drinking it, you should be eating it in your fruits like watermelon, your oranges, whatever has tons of water in it, but nothing takes the place of just water. All right, you want to be drinking at least half your body weight every day in water, not just for hair growth but just for health in general. Exercise is extremely important. I walk at least a mile a day, so 5 to 6 times a week I'm walking a mile. I walk a mile in combination with my work breaks, and when I get home in the evenings I walk with my baby, or after I've eaten dinner, which I prefer to do so that I can digest my food, is I go and take a walk, and we walk about a mile. So that's good for me and it's good for the baby. Again, vitamins is extremely important. You can find what works for you. I've been taking these. I've gone through several prenatal vitamins to see which one works best for me. A lot of them have gelatin, and I don't eat gelatin because it's pork. Another thing I want to say is when I first started my hair growth and natural hair growth journey, I was taking Hairfinity. However, Hairfinity has gelatin in it, so I had to discontinue the use. But Hairfinity does work. It works. It works. My hair was growing at least half an inch a month. At least half an inch a month, okay? The stuff works. Whoever made it, hats off to you. If you could just take the gelatin out of it, you'd have even more customers. Aside from the water, exercise, vitamins, making sure your hair is always clean and moisturized, minimal manipulation, and we spoke about that, your protective styles, but go to protective styles that actually work for you. You can still use protective styles that don't even consist of artificial or synthetic hair. You know, you can do flat twists or just your natural hair braided in shingles or something like that. Whatever works for you, okay? So those things, those tips are things that are going to be your best friend as far as growing your natural hair is concerned, and being consistent. I know sometimes it's not good to do the same thing over and over, especially if it's not working for you, but when you find what works for you, especially when it comes to growing your hair, then you stick with that. In that case, consistency and doing the same thing over and over again is actually going to be to your best benefit. So not only be consistent, but be patient with yourself, all right? Be patient with your hair. Sometimes you look at other people's journey and you see, oh, their hair is growing so fast, it's so big, it's so beautiful, so this and all that. People have different genes. You have to take that into account. People have different metabolisms. You don't know what that person is eating, what that person is consuming, their lifestyle. Stress is another factor. You want to reduce the stress as much as you possibly can. So whatever is going in or taking place inside is going to come out. So make sure you're happy, you're stress-free, you're taking care of yourself, you're taking care of your scalp. It's not all about the hair, it's about the scalp. You have to go to the root first, literally. You go to the root first to make sure that what's coming out of it is going to be beautiful and nourished. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'm going to do just a length check. Before I had my last child, my hair was right an inch right here below my collarbone, and it has grown at least another 3 inches since then, because I have been wearing tons of braids. I haven't been wearing wigs for the past year, but I have been wearing tons and tons of braids, and my hair is past my shoulder. It's past my shoulder now. It's a bit humid here, so now I have this big puff going on, which I love. I get a lot of compliments on this, and I love it. And like I said, I have been embracing my natural everything, and that in itself will show as well. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns for me, and you all be blessed.